Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a great day today. Nez and Jin are walking around being all cute. I sort of just woke up, I still have that feeling when you wake up of being like, is this real life or am I still dreaming? The story should wake me up today. Post number 1 says, am I the gay hoe for telling my mother-in-law to stop calling herself mum to my baby? I was so happy when I gave birth to my daughter 4 months ago. She's my first child and honestly it's been a roller coaster ride for me. My husband's been great but the problem started with his mum. From day one my mother-in-law has been very involved. She visited the hospital the day after I gave birth and was constantly offering advice that I didn't ask her for. I chalked it up to excitement, but then things started getting weird. She began referring to herself as mummy when holding my daughter. Oh my god! Hey, you're not mummy! At first I thought I misheard, but she kept on doing it. Why is stuff like this so common? I don't even know how many times I've read something the exact same as this, but definitely at least like 4 or 5 different times. Why do people's parents pretend it's their baby? When I gently corrected her, she laughed it off like I was being silly. I told my husband that it made me uncomfortable and he agreed that it was odd, but didn't want to confront her because according to him, that's just how she is. Oh, here we go again. That's not an excuse, dude. So I did. The next time she said it, I calmly said to her that please don't call yourself mum around my daughter. It's confusing and frankly, it's not your role. She looked shocked and then told me that I was overreacting and that babies don't understand titles at this age. I stood firm and I said maybe not now, but you will soon, and I'm her mum. You're her grandma. That should be a special title too. She got upset and she left early. Later that day, I got a long text about how I embarrassed her. Oh my god. You embarrassed her, did ya? How she was just expressing love and how I'm being territorial and insecure. Now some of my in-laws are saying that I hurt her feelings and I should apologize because it's not like she's trying to replace me. Hey, if you're not trying to replace OP, why are you calling yourself the baby's mum? I don't think I'm being insecure, I just want to be clear. My baby will only have one mum. So am I the gay hoe for telling my mother-in-law to stop calling herself mum to my baby? No, definitely not. It is super weird. And why is she doing it? And the in-law saying it's not like she's trying to replace me. Yeah, well, okay, she can take the first step by not calling herself mum around the baby. The mother-in-law can stop being weird. No, you're not the a-hole, OP, and it's good that you said something straight away. If you didn't worry about it and you were like, oh, whatever, and you let her do this, do you think it would have ever stopped? No, it would have got worse and worse and worse. And she reckons that you embarrassed her. Oh, I'm sorry that I don't want you calling yourself mum to my own child. Update, thank you to everybody who commented. Reading your responses has really helped me feel more grounded. I wanted to give an update because things definitely escalated, but in some unexpected ways. So after the confrontation and her dramatic exit, my mother-in-law went full hurt grandma mode. She told extended family that I banned her from seeing the baby, which I didn't, and that I accused her of trying to kidnap her granddaughter. Oh my god, I can't believe this crap. The group text got wild. A few flying monkeys started chiming in about how I need to help and how babies don't care what you call yourself anyway. I didn't respond to any of it, good. My husband finally stepped up and called her directly. He told her she needed to respect boundaries or there would be consequences. She cried again, said that she was only trying to love the baby the way that she knew how, and that I was turning him against her. She posted a photo of her holding her daughter on Facebook with the caption, "Mummy's girl." Oh my god. Publicly tagging family. That was my breaking point. I immediately texted her and I said, until you can respect the fact that I'm her mother, not you, we're gonna take a break from visits. My husband backed me up 100%. We have limited contact to polite texts and occasional check-ins and no in-person visits for now, and she hasn't apologized. So far life has been a lot more peaceful. I've gotten some icy texts from a couple of family members, but more surprisingly, a few others reached out privately to say that they had similar issues with her and they respected how I handled it. Thank you for your support. Oh, you should apologize because it's not like she's trying to replace you. And then she posts a photo of her and the baby on Facebook and says, "Mummy's girl." And you still have family members that are saying that you're in the wrong? Are you joking? Mother-in-law cried and said that she's only trying to love the baby the way that she knew how, and I was turning him against her. Oh no, I didn't do anything wrong, not at all. She knows what she's doing, none of it's an accident. Yeah, the top comment, but if she posted a picture with the baby calling herself mum, isn't that all the proof the family needs? Yeah, how are they still on her side? Unless they're as crazy as her, and then none of them need to be around. I've never had anything that crazy challenge my parenting, thankfully, but that would be a hard f*** off from me. Oh, 100%. I would cut her off so fast if I were OP. Not only did she not acknowledge anything that she did, not only did she not apologize, she doubles down, she posts a photo with her and your daughter on Facebook with the caption "Mummy's girl." And the family members are so annoying too. What universe are they living in? Yeah, like this comment says, I wouldn't let her near the baby ever again. She's giving unstable vibes. Get some security cameras for outside too. Yeah, the mother-in-law's the a-hole, of course, and the family members definitely aren't helping. Yeah, this comment, those other people are part of the problem too. When stuff like this starts, it needs to be called out. A couple of people let it slide and she never learned her lesson, so now you have to be the one who gets the bad rap. Personally, I would tell her that you aren't the only person who had problems with her. I wouldn't go as far as out them, but she needs to know that she's completely in the wrong, and it's not only you that thinks it. Look who it is, everybody. Jin has returned. Yeah, like this comment says, when she's calling herself mum to your baby, how else are you supposed to perceive it? I can't believe we're lucky enough to have Jin and Pineapple Toy at the same time. It's a great day today. Okay, post number 2. Am I the a-hole for not picking my sister up from the airport because she called my car embarrassing? Throw away account because she's already mad enough and I don't need her stalking my account. So my sister flew in yesterday and asked if I could pick her up. I said sure, no problem. I drive a super old Honda Civic. It runs fine, but yeah, it's got dents, the AC squeals a bit, whatever. 10 minutes before her flight lands, she texts me, can you park far? I don't want people thinking I'm getting in that embarrassing car. I stared at it for a second and then I just didn't go. I turned off my phone and I went home. She called her mum from the terminal crying because I stranded her in another city. Like she didn't just roast the only free ride that she had. She ended up getting an Uber for like $75 and is now texting me paragraphs about how I'm spiteful and childish. OP's childish, says the person who won't get into a car because it's not like brand new and super nice. I don't even feel bad. Am I the a-hole? No. Yeah, like this comment says, $75 is the a-hole tax, not the a-hole. Yes, so unbelievably ungrateful. And what do you mean they're sending paragraphs to OP? What are they possibly even saying? The top comment says, I would have texted something like, Uber has nice cars, give that a try because me and my embarrassing car are staying home. Yeah, like this one says, it's almost like it was a consequence of her mouth. Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So ungrateful. And also, like this comment says, this is so funny. Who cares who sees her getting into any type of car? She's never probably gonna see anybody at the airport ever again. Yeah, and also acting like people at the airport give a damn about her. No one's even gonna be paying attention to what car she gets into. And the fact that your sister cares at all is actually concerning. Nobody at the airport's gonna be judging her. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, whoa, that's a really crappy Honda Civic. People at the airport don't care. Yeah, it is actually funny. Like, to think that people at the airport give a damn about you is so funny. Like, they're trying to get to where they're going. They don't care. Like, I sure know that I don't look at people and go, oh, you're getting into a crappy car. And I'm sure you guys don't do that either, because everybody has their own life and their own stuff to think about. That is so wild. So main character syndrome-y too. Like, oh my god, I can't let everybody see me get into this car. Meanwhile, nobody even bats an eye. Yeah, like this comment says, yes, because asking you to park further away isn't childish. Yeah, and the most annoying part about this is that she hasn't learned her lesson. She still feels like OP's in the wrong. I feel like you should show her this. The next one says, am I the a-hole for not inviting my sister to my wedding? Because she always jokes about sleeping with my fiance. What? Okay, so I'm getting married in October. Small, chill, nothing crazy. Should be a happy time, right? Except my older sister, 31 female, has this thing where she constantly flirts with my fiance, 29 male, like aggressively. And it's always under the guise of, oh my god, I'm just joking, don't be so sensitive. Ew, I hate this already. First time she met him, she deadass said, wow, you upgraded? I'd let him ruin my life too. In front of me. I laughed it off because I didn't want to seem insecure, but like, what the f? Yeah, what the f indeed. Then she started with the, if you ever get bored of her, you know who to call comments. Ew. Again, in front of me. I told her it was weird and she rolled her eyes and said that I'm too uptight. That's not you being uptight. She's made so many little jabs. I saw him shirtless once. Damn girl, you got lucky. If you die first, I call dibs. Too bad you got to him first. Like it never ends. Yeah, you're not the a-hole, OP. My fiance thinks it's awkward but tries to ignore it. He's not flirtatious back, but he also doesn't really shut it down either. Just gets uncomfortable and laughs nervously. Last weekend was the final straw. We were at my parents' house and I left to grab something from my car. I came back and I heard her saying, I swear I'm not making this up. I mean, if you're ever having second thoughts, I'm always available. Just kidding. Unless... Like the unless was real. That's not a joke anymore. That's a goddamn come on. I snapped. I told her she's disgusting and she can't come to my wedding. She flipped out, she cried, she told my mum that I was being dramatic. Now the whole family's saying that I'm ruining the family over a joke. Oh, this is so frustrating. And she's just always been flirty and doesn't mean anything by it. Bullshit, she doesn't. She'd be banging your fiance in a heartbeat. She's been pretty clear about that. I don't even care if she meant it or not anymore. I just don't want that energy around me when I'm trying to get married. But now it's this whole thing and apparently I'm the villain for excluding her and making it a bigger deal than it is. Am I the a-hole for uninviting her or is this actually insane? Because at this point I feel like I'm losing it. No, you're not losing it, OP. That is so not okay. You're ruining the family over a joke and she doesn't mean anything by it. What a load of crap. She literally said when you left the room, I mean if you're having second thoughts, I'm always available. That is so gross and so unbelievably disrespectful. But you're the bad guy? No. The top comment says not the a-hole. Why the f would you ever make comments like this about somebody's significant other? Especially in private to him with you not around. Instead of admitting her wrong, she continues to gaslight you into believing that you're insecure or you're overreacting. Ultimately, it's your wedding and if she can't respect you or your boundaries, then she doesn't have to be there. The second top comment says not inviting her ass is the best thing you can do. In my opinion, she's the type that's going to try to outshine you on your big day. I get that she's your sister, but damn, I would never do that to any of my sisters. That's so disrespectful. Yeah, this comment too. No, you're not the a-hole, but if your family wants to side with that homewrecker, you should tell them all to f off too. Yeah, the fact that the family is siding with the sister? Ew. The comment above that says, oh my god, sister's name. Stop thirsting over fiance. He doesn't want to f you. Even if he was single. Say that really loud where the family can hear and I guarantee it'll stop. She 100% knows what she's doing. She wants OP's fiance. And also, OP's fiance should really say, hey, can you stop making these sorts of comments? You're making me really uncomfortable. But yeah, not the a-hole OP and definitely a not the a-hole consensus. Yeah, like this comment says, she is not joking. The comment above that one says, hell no. She's so lucky that you didn't slap her. And the one above that, I really hope your fiance is supporting you in this. Uncomfortable or not, dude needs to shut like that down. I can't believe the family are backing up the sister. Oh, you're overreacting. She's only joking. No, she's not. This didn't happen once. OP said that she says stuff like this all the time. Pretty sure she's not joking. You're not overreacting, OP. The next one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to travel with my brother's family because his kids only eat junk food? I'm male 39, am currently undergoing cancer treatment. In the end of it all, I'm planning to take a holiday with a friend or family member to travel to the other side of the world. I'm based in the UK and I'm thinking Vietnam, South Korea or Japan or somewhere around there where I've never been before. I asked my brother male 43 if he'd consider coming with me. He got very excited and said that his daughter female 12 and son male 8 would also come along. They're both incredibly picky eaters and my niece only eats plain beige foods. She won't even have a burger at McDonald's, just chips and nuggets. And that's pretty much 80% of the kids' diet. I know that my brother and his wife have tried to introduce them to other foods, but they just won't eat it. I love the kids to bits, I really do. However, I want to travel to experience the food culture, and that's a major part of it for me. I want to get off the beaten path and experience things in life that I haven't been brave enough to experience before. For me, selfishly, this trip is about the end of my cancer and celebrating that there is a life after cancer. It's also not something that I can easily afford. That's not selfish at all, OP. Of course you don't want them to come. That's super understandable, OP. This is where I might be the a-hole. I asked my brother to come travel with me, and when he said that his kids would come too, I told him that I'd rather travel with somebody else. He's disappointed and angry with me and frustrated that I don't want to travel with his family. He feels I'm being selfish, as traveling with his children can also be fulfilling. You're not being selfish. I would also like to spend time with them to do some child-friendly things during the holiday. He'd already gotten my niece and nephew excited about the travel too. That's not your fault. To make things worse, we live in a different country, so we don't see each other a lot. They'll be very disappointed when they learn that I've pulled the plug on the plans. I feel conflicted. Am I the a-hole? No, and you're not being selfish. This trip is about you ending your cancer treatment. It should be the way you want it to be. The entire dynamic of the trip would be completely different. And it's so wild that he was like, oh, I'll bring my kids, without even asking. The top comment says not the a-hole. Even if these kids were willing to try everything, kids that age still need to have almost everything edited to suit their needs. This would be a holiday for them, and you'd be tagging along. Find somebody else to go with, or brave it and go by yourself. 100%. And OP said, thank you, that's what I intend to do. I guess I needed somebody to say that it's okay to be selfish. Yeah, being selfish and what you're doing, OP, are two completely different things. It was a very specific trip with a very specific purpose in mind, and the trip is about you and your cancer treatment ending. This was never meant to be a holiday for your brother and his kids. You sticking to the plan is not selfish. The comment below that one says not the a-hole. Food is a huge reason to experience other cultures, and you're going to spend a lot of meal times at McDonald's instead of anywhere worth visiting a foreign country for. Also, a holiday with kids in tow is very different to one of just adults. He was the one who told them about it after he unfairly expected them to be able to come without it changing anything. You're in the clear. I hope you are able to find somebody else to go with. I'm dreaming of making such a trip myself. Yeah, it would be a completely different trip. And I feel like it's pretty telling that your brother is not being understanding. Your brother should definitely understand. Definitely shouldn't be saying that you're being selfish. Like, I'm sorry that you felt like you could change the whole plans without even asking first. But I'm the selfish one? No. This comment says not the a-hole. If there's any time when it's okay to be selfish, it's after you just beat f***ing cancer. This is your trip. You're going for a particular reason with particular aims in mind. Your brother is being incredibly dense here. I don't know what to tell you about your relationship. However, I can state unequivocally that you're not in the wrong. Go celebrate your good news. The next one, am I the a-hole for telling my coworker that I don't need to stop crocheting while on break just because they're there? This is my first time posting. I'm sorry about the long post, but I need to get some different views on this. And plus, I'm sorry in advance, I'm not a great speller. Sorry if there are mistakes. I, 20 female, started to crochet again after a year break, and I bring my projects to work and I only crochet on my lunch breaks and my rest breaks, and I've been doing this for about 2 weeks now. Sometimes our lunch breaks line up with each other, and most of the time everybody's on their phone or in their own place. I'm usually crocheting and listening to a podcast or watching a video with my earphones in, and if somebody wants to talk with me, I put my project down and I take my earphones out. But if they don't, I'm working on the project. I got this one coworker, Mary, not her real name, mid-60s female, about 2 days ago. She came into the break room and I was already there and I was crocheting. When I saw her, I said hi and I smiled. Then I went back to my project. She sat down and was on her phone. About 10 minutes goes by and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I look up and I saw Mary. So I stopped crocheting and I paused what I was listening to. I asked Mary, what's up? And she said that it was rude to be crocheting while she was here. I'm surprised, as she's pretty much always on her phone and watching videos without earphones so you can hear what she's watching, which is usually Facebook Reels. So she's there watching videos with the volume up, but you're rude because you're quietly crocheting. I apologize, but I say that I'm not stopping crocheting on my lunch breaks because she's there. She got mad and then complained to my manager about me. My manager said that I'm allowed to crochet on my breaks, but I should be more aware on how rude it can be to others. How is it rude? Some of my other co-workers are on my side and others see Mary's view. I have been staying away from Mary at the moment, but I don't know. So am I the a-hole? Edit, thank you to everybody for being so nice and giving some advice on my problem. To give a little bit of background, Mary and I started and joined working basically on the same day. We've been here around 2 months now. Mary's an okay co-worker most of the time, but she can be a bit old-fashioned. Example, one of my co-workers goes by they, them, and Mary always misgenders them. I'm a little bit socially awkward sometimes, but I do get along with mainly everybody that I work with. The break room is pretty small. It's got one big table with about 8 chairs. Most people on break at the same time would be around 3 to 5 people, but I rarely have the same break time as Mary, as we both work in the same area. Plus, when I'm listening to something, it's always low volume and I've got one earphone out. The only time I put both earphones in is if somebody's playing something from the phone speaker. I'm sorry that I can't reply to all of your comments. I didn't expect this many, but to answer some of the questions. I am planning to speak to my manager about this. I'll be working tomorrow with Mary and I'll probably update if anything happens. Plus, crochet is quiet and it uses one hook. Knitting uses 2 needles and it makes that click-clack sound. And plus, we work in a reception type of job, cafe and retail. I work at a museum. I hope this might clear things up. I am working with her tomorrow and there's a high chance that our brags will line up together. So let's see how it goes and I'll try to update you all. Update, this will probably be my only update. At work today, I was able to find my manager, who was also with higher up, so I told them my side of the story and how I wish the manager handled it better. The manager apologizes to me. To be honest, I think she did that because the higher ups were there, and later on at my lunch break, I was in the break room crocheting and Mary walked in. Now, I don't know what happened beforehand. Probably my manager or higher up spoke to Mary, but Mary apologizes to me. Plus, before I left work today, Mary's husband, let's call him Ian. Ian also works at the same place as I, as a groundskeeper. He came up to me and apologizes for his wife as well. But if she does try something like this again, I'll go to the higher ups. I'm Australian and I don't think we have an HR team at my job. I believe those reports go to management. By the way, I still don't know why she thought it was rude, and I'll probably never know. Yeah, once again, not the a-hole. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. You're not obligated to be available for her during your breaks. Crocheting quietly isn't rude in any way, but playing videos without earphones definitely is. Yeah, I can't believe that bit. You're crocheting, not making a sound. She's there listening to Facebook Reels with the volume up so that everybody can hear it, and then says that you're being rude. She did apologize though, so that's good. But yeah, definitely not the a-hole. The next one, am I the a-hole for refusing to give my boyfriend children because he won't marry me? My boyfriend, 33 male, and I, 31 female, have been dating for 7 years. Early on, we talked about marriage and kids and a house, the whole shebang. I like kids and I think I'd be a good mother. I'd like to have children, but I wouldn't be upset if I didn't have any. I'm happy with my life the way it is, and I could be happy with children as well. My boyfriend's always dreamed of being a dad, and recently suggested that we're in the place to start trying for some. I was a little bit confused by this. I told him early on, within the first year, that I would never have children with a man that I'm not married to. I feel like children are a much bigger commitment than marriage, so marriage should come first. Also, if a man doesn't love me and isn't committed enough to spending the rest of our life together, I don't see why I'd make the sacrifice of bearing his children. Maybe that's old-fashioned of me. I explained all of this to him once again. He was awkward and said that he doesn't want to get married. He said that men get screwed over in divorces all the time, and he doesn't think marriage is important or a smart choice. I said, that's fine, we don't have to get married. I'm happy with our life the way it is. We just won't be buying a house together or having children together. We can each buy our own house and live in one and then rent out the other. If we're not getting married, I don't really want to entangle our finances in any way. He blew up at me and said that I'm punishing him for not waiting to marry him. I said that I'm not, just that having children outside of marriage goes outside of my personal values. I also told him that since he's super against the idea of marriage, I'm not going to marry him just for a shut-up ring that he's only going to give me because he wants kids. I want him to actually want to marry me. And if not, that's okay, but children and marriage are off the table for us. If he wants kids now, he needs to leave me and find somebody who's going to have kids with him without expecting any stability in return. And maybe I could find somebody who wants to marry me and also maybe or maybe not have kids. And I've said all of this to him. He's been very distressed and emotionally distraught. He has said that if he doesn't have kids ASAP, he probably shouldn't have them at all, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to see them into adulthood. Am I the a-hole? The top comment says, not the a-hole. If he thinks men get screwed over in divorce, he should see how single women get screwed over with children. Please get some sort of birth control that can't be tampered with. And the comment below that one says, not the a-hole. You laid out your needs honestly and respectfully. It's sad that he is struggling with his health, but that doesn't mean that you have to compromise your future just to make up for his fears. Yeah, no, by the sounds of it, you've been super reasonable, OP. And once again, very much a not the a-hole consensus. The next one, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend after he skinny dipped in our pool when my sister was at home? Oh God, I already don't like this. Hello Reddit, my boyfriend 31 male was home with my sister 19 female while I was out, and I got home and my sister was locked in the guest room and she told me that she had something to tell me. She'd been staying over for a couple of days. She said that she looked outside her room window and saw my boyfriend swimming naked in our backyard pool. Oh, and she saw everything. She said later she was in the kitchen and he walked in and he wasn't wearing anything and she could see his junk and he stopped and said hi. Oh my God. And he stopped and said hi and waved. Oh, yuck. And she was shocked, and he walked by her before going to his room to grab some clothes and then walked naked through the hallway to the shower and had a long shower. Predator. Oh my God. Yuck. She said that she was frozen and embarrassed. She then went to her room and locked herself in until I got home. I confronted my boyfriend, and he just said that he felt like skinny dipping because it was hot out and he lives there, so we thought it was fine. It's my house and he's living with me, and I told him he's a f***ing creep. Yeah, good. And he didn't even apologize to my sister. And I broke up with him on the spot, and I told him to get the f*** out, and he told me that he can apologize now and not to overreact, but I told him we're done. Yeah, good. He wouldn't leave immediately, and I screamed at his face that I'll call my sister's boyfriend over and we'll see what he f***ing does to him when he hears what happened, and then he left. I made my sister promise me that next time she feels uncomfortable to tell me or tell her boyfriend or somebody right away. I told his friend, and word spread, and now everybody thinks that he's a f***ing weirdo, and they stopped talking to him, and he blew up my phone, and I just texted him that his actions have consequences. Yeah. I told my sister's boyfriend, and he threatened my ex, saying that he better not f***ing go near him or my sister or he'd find out. Am I the a-hole? No. This comment, not the a-hole, he's a creep. Yeah, yuck, that's actually disgusting. None of that was an accident. Walking up to her naked and waving, yuck. And the sister was understandably scared, and they locked themselves in the guest room. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole, doesn't sound like he skinny dips usually. Too much of a coincidence. The first time he felt like skinny dipping, your teenage sister was home and you weren't. The pull could be accidental, but the walking around the house in front of her, perfect. 100%. OP said he barely even uses our pool, and I've legit never seen him skinny dipping before, and he told me that he did it before and I just didn't see and wasn't there. I don't believe him, and I told him to get the f*** out. Yeah, you did such a good job here, OP. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole, that was him offering himself to your sister like a creep, hoping that she takes the bait. We need to read something wholesome. Oh, that one is so gross. That's the creepiest, grossest thing I feel like we've read in a long time. And that's enough for today. This is what a loaf looks like from underneath. Oh, that's so cute. I always wondered where everything goes. That's so beautiful. I love wholesome memes so much, especially after what we've read today. This one too. Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Oh yeah, I'm a cheese addict. I love me some dairy. Cheese is a very beautiful thing. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a great time today, and I hope today's episode wasn't too horrifying. Even though it probably was, I hope you had a good time today. Make sure you let me know down below in the comments what you thought. And the comment of the day goes to Batcat8. Pineapple Toy is the new king of the basket. Yeah, I like Pineapple Toy, and I'm so happy that you guys do too. There were so many funny comments about Pineapple Toy in the last episode. Jin and Nez have like a million different toys, but there's something about Pineapple Toy. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for the support, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself, and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every other day. Bye!